Hello, hello, my lovely gems. Welcome to Vivid Vibration. My name is Christina. I'm like, I took my contacts out last night because my eyes have just been like, I feel like I've been fighting off a cold for a really long time. And the ring light kind of like reflects back because they're like the blue light kind of glasses. So I'll do my best to dodge it. I'm sorry. I just need to let my eyes breathe for a minute. Okay, gems. You have the Tear and Gnosis, the Mountain, the Mystic, and the Heart, and the Hunter. Gems. Well, I mean, Gnosis is just the idea of like a deep inner knowing, but it's also an idea of like cyclical learning, because how do we gain that deep inner knowing without going through and like learning the cycle of things, right? And I think that, I feel like just like through this cycle, there's just been a lot of sadness, but I feel like there's also been a lot of healing. We never want to broach uncomfortable topics of conversation, but uncomfortable topics of conversation enable us to engage in such light-hearted, joyful experiences because they're not constantly weighed down by the burden of all of the like the things that nobody wants to talk about. You know, like I get it, it's not fun, but you know, it is my biggest point of contention with Libras, yes. But I also love Libras, you know. I think Libras are great and fantastic, and I have quite a few in my life who I love very much. You know what I mean? I don't know why. I just felt like somebody was saying it. But anyways, I feel like there's just an idea here of like going through these cycles, you know, learning a lot along the way. I think that part of it that's been very healing is that when you're, and I think of like if you're married, right, and you're with this person every day and you think this is the rest of my life, and so everything that they do is like times a million, right? But sometimes you get to a place where like you can't see any of the good in another person because you're so consumed with all of the irritations, consumed with all of the things that like got in the way. But I feel like there's been like an exploration of yourself and your own value, because whether we like to admit it or not, if we are not the only ones who carry the burden of other people's opinions of us, because especially if it's somebody who's like a huge part of your life, right? Like you have that voice in your head and you just start to think, okay, this person hates me and they hate everything about me. And it's like, no, I just don't think that that's true. And I think that you know that it's not true. And I think that's why this hurts, but it's bringing healing. And I think it's bringing healing in a way that's really allowing for you to tap into your intuition and move in a direction that really, I think, just, I love this because it's like they're like its own little universe, right? And you think about like home is where the heart is, and you create your own universe, you know. That feels light and beautiful, and like laughter after you're sitting in the hallway crying. You know what I mean? Gems. The Devil, the Eight of Pentacles, the Four of Swords. I just feel like there's something that's being left behind. It does. It feels like sometimes we just need that. Because when we love someone, when they're that important to us, like you just, oof, y'all, I want to cry all of a sudden. You just want to hear them say, you are beautiful. You are smart. You are loving. You are disciplined. You are brilliant. You know what I mean? Like, because smart and brilliant are not the same thing. You know what I mean? But it's like, I just feel like this sweet release, you know, that's like, no, I don't hate you. You know, like, no, I don't I don't think the worst things about you, you know? And in fact, it's because I see the beauty in you that I want you to be able to, like, to reach that, to touch that, you know? And if I know that I stand in the way of that, then then as an act of love, I would just like to say, you know what I mean? Like you are beautiful. And I feel like there's just such a sense of freedom that is like allowing you the opportunity to go for something that you really want to do. I feel like there was a point of like a conflict of interest, right? I don't know if that was one of y'all's reads or somebody had that read, but just like this idea of like a conflict of interest. And like, if you don't agree on something and you just fight over this one thing that you don't agree on, it becomes like the whole premise for the relationship. And it doesn't allow for you to really stand in the good of you. And I feel like there's just an idea of like a release that allows for you to move forward in a direction that, you know, honors who you are and honors the beauty in you, you know? Like, I'm sorry that I just feel like it's like, I'm sorry that I couldn't be that for you, you know? But just because I can't be that for you doesn't mean that I don't want you to have that. Do you know what I mean? Okay. The moon. One of the girls was doing a training today, and so she was like, do you want to get a chemical peel? I was like, duh. And I did, and my face kind of burns a little bit, but it's like, I can already tell like the coloration is starting to look normal, but I'm super shiny today, you guys. I'm sorry, I look a mess. It's fine though, everything's fine. Okay, we have the Ace of Cups, the King of Cups, Shadow Dance, and the Moon. The Two of Swords, the Queen of Swords, and the Five of Pentacles. It's a decision being made that really says, you know, like, this is not, like, you can't hold on to these things and move forward, you know, like, that has to go, and you have to release that. And I think that you are, and you're following your intuition, and you're knowing into, for some of my gems, a new relationship. You know, because it's just kind of like you can't be in a new relationship if you're still holding on to an old relationship. It's just not a thing, you know. And I do feel like there is a release, you know, that release of like, I don't, because there's a sense of loyalty here. You know, a sense of loyalty that says like, I can't, that says, I can't freely engage in myself if I know that you hate me or that you feel like I hate you. You know, I just feel like this, like, please just release it, you know, and follow your intuition and stand in your truth and honor all that you have and all that you have to honor. You know what I mean? And like, and take care of yourself, you know, and dive into relationships that really give you an opportunity to experience all of the things that you deserve to experience, you know. Ooh, gems. And a little puddle of salt water at the bottom of my glasses now. Okay. It feels like the laughter after you're done crying and like sitting in the hallway. I don't know why the hallway. Maybe sometimes you just can't be in any of the rooms because all of those rooms just remind you of things that irritate you, and the only safe space is the hallway. as long as you can find a safe space, you know? The Four of Swords, the Four of Pentacles, the Three of Wands. Again, you guys, I just feel like this, like you have been working on yourself, but you haven't really been able to move forward because you've been holding on to something, because you needed to know that that something was going to be okay. And I feel like this something, you know, just like releasing you, you know, setting you free from that emotional weight that you just didn't want to have to look at. You didn't want to have to deal with it. And because you didn't want to have to deal with it, it's almost like it became a point of focus that was just very negative, you know? And it's like, but in dealing with it and releasing what was, you're able to really just step forward in a big way towards it's something new, you know? I don't know how it'll play out, but it feels exciting, you know? I love this Ace of Cups, because, you know, in the book it talks about how otters hold hands when they sleep, and I just think that's precious. You know? Okay, gems. The Sword, yeah, it is. It feels like the release. It feels like just like a relief to be released from what it was that was holding you back. It was preventing you from really engaging in real intimacy with another person, you know, like, and that is 100, you know, like, it's hard if you still feel like you have this tie to somebody and you still have this like sense of loyalty. Like if you've gone through a divorce or a breakup or anything, you know what I mean? It's just like you have a sense of loyalty to someone, and it's like this fear that somehow you'll be wrong if you're not, you know, but that I'll be wrong means I'm not listening to myself, and I'm not living on behalf of myself. And I feel like it's a process that we go through, right? And sometimes it's a process that takes a long time. But it feels like it's being released. It feels like it's like, okay, it's time for me to allow myself the opportunity to love and to live and to be healthy and happy and not hold on to a reason to be angry. I love this, gems. I love this so fucking much. I hope this resonates with y'all. Thank you so much for spending some time with me. Please give me a like, share, and subscribe if it does, and I will see y'all again soon. Bye.